20 minutes past the hour, right here on 620 AM KEXP. Our first guest created the app called Zoccam.
Yes.
I love it. Zoccam. It may be the coolest app we've ever talked about on the show, actually, because once you really get into it and you discover what it does, you're like, yeah, this is the future of real estate transactions. Ashley Cook joining us. Good morning.
Thanks. Good morning.
Thanks for waking up early.
Yes, absolutely. Glad to be here.
All right, let's talk about Zoccam. First, tell us a little bit about the app.
So Zoccam is an application that we launched in December of 2014. And we started with one simple function, which was delivering earnest money to the title company. In a real estate transaction, we have real estate agents and the buyers, but mostly the real estate agents who have to take the earnest money to the title company.
Okay.
They have to get the contract to the title company, and they have to get this other check that is usually $30, $50 over to the seller. It has to be done timely. So once that contract is executed, the real estate agent has 2 days to deliver the earnest money to the title company. And it used to be a shorter period for the option, but now they've extended it to 3. And so the problem is obviously if a contract's executed after 5 p.m., right, then we have to wait to get the earnest money in the contract to the title company, which then means that the order cannot be opened to get the title work back. And so there's this delay in the system. What our app does is it prevents the driving part. So we use mobile remote deposit capture to send that earnest money directly into the title company's escrow account. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah. It seems really futuristic. And is it the same technology, like if I was to go to the bank, and you've seen like Wells Fargo even, where you capture, is that kind of, am I off on that? No, it is the, it's similar, but we have pigeons that actually deliver the check to the, nice. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. No, it's the animal-friendly company. Yeah, exactly. It is the same technology that the banks are using. So it's very important to distinguish mobile remote deposit capture from taking a picture of a check. Right? Understandable. Let's talk about the name itself, Zoccam. Yes. When you first walked in the building, I was like, Zoccam. Yeah. Like, how'd you come up with that? Well, first of all, it's been said that we should do a whole marketing campaign around just pronouncing the name, because we get Zoccam and it sounds like a medication, I gotta admit, right? Zoccam. Yep. Good for your allergies. Exactly. So Zoccam comes from Occam's razor, which is a scientific theory that stands for the correct way, or the best way to do something is the simplest. So here, obviously the correct way and the best way to deliver funds and documents securely to a title company is by using mobile remote deposit capture through our platform, instead of having multiple parties touch the check and drive it to the title company, risking loss and exposure of the consumer's NPI. Yeah, and security and all that good stuff. Yep. What's your background? So I born and raised in Dallas. I attended SMU for undergraduate and law school. And go Mustangs. Yeah, there you go. Our basketball team. Yeah. Doing well. Yeah, you got a good basketball team.
Born and raised in Dallas. So that explains to me why I don't hear an accent. Because I was born I'm from Dallas too, and it just doesn't sound like you have a southern drawl or anything. It's a city thing. Yeah, I think it is a city thing. Yeah. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think you have an accent either. Cool. I don't think you do. Yeah. I don't think you do. Of course, now I'm going to change and have more of a southern drawl throughout this. Now that we've brought it to your attention. Brian should. Yeah. From where he's from. I've lived everywhere. But you have. Southeast Texas, California, Florida, and everywhere. Okay. So you're an attorney by trade. Yes. Okay. Still do that full time? Yep. No, not full time. So I started in the title industry at 15. I got a hardship driver's license. Look at that. Yeah. Driving around in a Jeep Wrangler at 15. But I got a marketing job at a title company. So basically that's only 5 years ago. I was a runner. Yeah. Well, 3. But so you do look young. Well, thank you. So I was a runner, and then I started out as a receptionist,
and just fell in love with the title industry and the real estate industry. So when I graduated from law school and before graduating, I started working in this law firm called Hunter and Kramer. And I really wanted to do litigation because SMU has a clinic and we got to litigate a civil rights case against a police department for excessive force. And so I fell in love with litigation, but at the same time, it was so odd that real estate was so interesting as well. Okay. So
especially in this market.
Right.
It's
exactly.
Great to be in.
Right. So worked with a lot of good people and worked for the title companies and then started my own firm. And then the idea of Zoccam came about because it was so necessary.
It seems like it's like, where is this? Why haven't we been doing this before? It seems like, and like you think like, wow, why didn't somebody think about it before?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think it was some brilliant idea, but I think that it was,
well, it takes somebody to execute the idea.
Yeah.
And I come up with ideas all the time, and I thought, well, how are you going to execute these ideas? So how long have you had Zoccam on the market?
We launched in December of 2014. We had our first version of the app, which had the agents having to go online and sign up. So we redeveloped the platform so that we could scale on a national level and made it more user-friendly. And we're excited about some of the announcements and things that we're doing this spring.
Is it available for Apple
and
Android, all
Yep.
that stuff?
Yeah.
What was
Apple,
the timeline
Android.
like of getting this thing developed? I mean, is it just... we have a lot of people that come on that have apps and stuff, and it's years. I had no idea it takes that long.
Yeah, it took me a while to learn how to code, and I'm kidding.
Well, Michael's son does
that would have been impressive.
Yeah.
If you start talking about that, I would have been like, well, she's even more than I thought she
would
was.
say we know she's smarter than both of us put together.
Right, yeah,
now
being a
she's talking
lawyer.
about doing code.
I've got a great CTO, so I'm glad that we've got Todd because I have no idea what he does.
Yeah.
And I tell him that,
Yeah.
seeing his computer. But it took us about a year to develop the first version and launch. And we have to integrate, or not necessarily integrate, but we have to work with the title companies, financial institutions. So the onboarding of the title companies can take several weeks.
Now, how did you market this thing when you first had it up? I mean, how did you go to an agent and say, hey, I've got this cool new process now?
Yeah, well, the first thing I did was we had to get the title company customers onboarded. So I went to some of the title companies, told them what we were doing, and they were very excited about it. So we got them onboarded, and then we had to talk to their banks and get the banks to understand,
understand what you're doing.
Yeah, great process. So then we started out just kind of word of mouth in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and speaking at Metro Techs and the MLS events. And now as we expand, we're providing education to the title companies to provide to the realtors about why this is a preferred method, because we've had a regulatory change with HUD is no longer enforcing RESPA, so the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is, and they are a lot larger and more aggressive than HUD. And so the settlement service providers, title companies, and real estate agents are really being scrutinized by the lenders because the federal government's putting pressure on the lenders to protect the consumer's non-public personal information. And what that means for us in the real estate industry is that there's more security, right? And from that, we've had an increase in technology. So the regulatory environment is very favorable. So everyone is looking for an e-closing solution, which enables the contract money to be securely sent and the order opened faster. So we want faster sales cycles.
Nice. Ashley Cook joining us, the president and CEO of Zoccam. I just love saying it, Michael. We can just say Zoccam.
It's a very interesting concept. I love the explanation that I'm reading here. There was a review done by
people talking about you,
by our friend Candy from candysdirt.com.
Okay.
Yeah. And
is that a legal site to go to? Candy's Dirt?
You're funny. It's a Dallas review site.
Just checking.
It's a Dallas review site. She does all sorts of reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's neat. I like the the different types of things that it can do.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and talk with Ashley. I got a few more questions for her. Plus, I just want to say Zoccam a little bit more. I like it. All right. 7:30. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right. Let's turn our attention back to Ashley Cook with Zoccam. This brand new, well, I say brand new. It's about a year old, I guess.
Yep.
App that for realtors to use to transfer funds and titles and all that good stuff for and for all types of real estate transactions, I guess. I mean, where do you see the future of this app going?
Well, so we are launching a new platform where we're integrating in with the title company software. So the order will be opened, and Zoccam will serve as that point of sale. So we'll be opening the title order, which sounds extremely boring if you're not in the title industry.
We have a lot of people. Michael, do we have a lot of people in the real estate industry that listens to this show?
Absolutely.
Sarissa Lair from Lair Properties is our official real estate agent for the show. We love her, and she. I would imagine I'm gonna put her in front of your product as soon as she gets back from vacation.
Oh, that's great.
How do you guys make money on this?
We charge an implementation fee, which is a one-time fee for the title company to get onboarded, and then there is a transaction cost that either the title company can absorb into their escrow fee, just cost of doing business, or they can pass it through as a third-party pass-through.
Gotcha. I gotcha. And what's been some of the feedback that you've gotten from agents and title companies and just everyone involved in the process? Like, hey, this is a lot easier. This is quicker. You're not driving around town, obviously. We talked about traffic in the break.
Right. Traffic is
it's a nightmare.
Fun. It's a nightmare. Yeah. So the response has been, wow,
Cool.
Why haven't we done this sooner?
Cool.
So that's exciting to hear. And now with the integrations that we're doing with the title companies, that it's going to be just seamless. And we'll continue to add different payments, like the termination option that goes to the seller and any front end payments.
Yeah. So how busy are you now with all the? I mean, are you just as busy as we hear in the news of all the transactions going on? I mean, is it?
Yes, we're extremely busy and expanding, which is very exciting to hit that momentum, because the first year you develop something and the platform was very, in my opinion, I mean, it worked seamlessly, obviously, but it was a little clunky, the onboarding and the sign up for the realtor. So we're making that better, and we're hitting our stride, and it's very exciting.
As an SMU law student back in the day, working for a title company, driving that little Jeep Wrangler around, did you ever think you'd have an app? Like, did you ever think you'd get into like the millennial, everything's going to be an app?
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because lawyers, we can be kind of boring, right? So but this is definitely a great twist.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to bring something cool to the title industry and the real estate industry, because we're pretty, I mean, typically, as far as the whole process goes, there's not that much exciting technology.
I understand. I heard a business analyst just last night talk about how differently things are done now than they were just like in 2007, 2008. Give you an example. Amazon.com. People would rather go to Amazon than go to a brick and mortar store.
Right.
Airbnb. Great thing as well. Do that rather than going and doing traditional hotels or whatever. The way to do business is changing. And you said this before we came on. Millennials are driving some of this new ways to do business.
Yeah, because I mean, I think when you look at kids that are 16 and 15, they don't want to get their driver's license because they can communicate through social media.
You're right.
So they don't really want to go drive and see their friends as much.
And we're probably about the same age. I'm probably a little older than you. You look about 20.
What are you, 21? We're about 21.
Yeah, we're
right.
21. That was the case, though. We had to get in the car and go see somebody,
Yeah.
Or there was, obviously smartphones were, it just, you're right. We're evolving as a society, and it's the way we communicate and exchange doing business. I mean, I see many more apps in your future.
Well, thank you.
I really do.
But I mean, I think one of the driving forces is people do not want to drive, right? So now, I mean, I used to not like online shopping, but now the thought of driving to North Park during the holiday season, no thank you. It's easier to go online. You go to a secure site and make your purchases.
Absolutely. And hopefully that, you guys will continue to find new ways of doing business in the real estate industry. Because realtors like it, title companies like it. Everyone involved. It's just quicker,
more secure. Yeah.
Instead of wiring. Can you imagine, like when you said wiring money? I don't know when the last time I had to wire money.
Yes.
I don't know.
The wiring process, and we've seen so much fraud in the title industry because title companies have encrypted email, banks have encrypted email, and the missing link a lot of times are the real estate agents and then the consumer, the buyer, right? And so we have people that are finding a way to hack the email and change the wiring instructions so that the buyer sends their funds to another bank, wrong place.
And you know what happens?
Money's
more
gone.
than we know, probably.
Right. Exactly.
We don't hear about that, but it probably happens a lot.
It does.
How can somebody get more information on this app?
We have a website, www.zoccam.
And we'll spell it.
Yes, you can spell it.
Zoccam.
Correct.
Zoccam.
And we've got some information on our website, and anyone wants to contact us about getting on board, then just go to our website and I'm sure connected.
Michael will post that up. And I see right here, driving success, not checks.
Correct.
I like that. Did you come up with that?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Like, what can I come up with?
Right.
Driving success, not checks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's essentially what you were doing before, is driving around town delivering checks.
Exactly.
And especially the amount of the check sometimes, like you said, like a $30 check back to the seller.
Biggest pain to have to drive a $30 check and trying to do it from Dallas, even to Addison, it might take you an hour.
I hear you. I believe it. All right, we'll have more with Ashley after the break. Plus, we'll talk about a couple other things that are on my... Back here at 6:20 a.m., KEXP, your experts in business, wrapping up our conversation with Ashley Cook, the CEO and president of, ready for this? Zoccam.
That's right.
That's Zoccam. I love it. Zoccam. That's the spelling on that, so go to the website. If you want to get more information on that, obviously go to the website. Can someone call your office or anything get a hold of you?
Actually, I can give you my email address if anyone has any questions. It's Ashley, ASHLEY, at Zoccam. No, I'm just kidding. At Zoccam.
Yeah. It actually seems like you have a great name for a drug.
Yeah, it does. Right?
It's affected by allergies. It's mountain goat ragweed. Zoccam.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds like a
driving success, not checks.
Driving success, not checks. I love it. What a great tagline.